Do you know that one specific skill everyone keeps talking about in Oblivion? Luck. Why is this mysterious stat still talked about all the way from the original Oblivion, all the way to the remastered version today? There are so many misconceptions about what it actually does, and what it doesn't do. So, the game tells you that luck affects all actions, whatever that's supposed to mean. Like, does it make you sneak better? Deal more damage? Maybe it boosts your fatigue? Well, short answer, yes, to all of that. But the long answer is way more interesting. So why don't we jump in the game, break it down, and take a complete look at what exactly the skill does. So let's go. Alright guys, so I haven't leveled mine too much, at least on this character. But here's a very common thing or misconception people think about luck. People think that it affects the loot you get from various, storage chests and various locked crates. And that is simply not true. I'm not sure about other games like Skyrim and Morrowind, but it has been tested over and over again, and I'm sad to tell you guys that luck doesn't affect whatsoever what kind of loot you get, or the loot tables, or anything like that. What it actually does is kind of what it says here. It affects all your skills. So if we look at the skills here, your luck primarily affects all of them. Now there's a bit of a mathematical calculation process to this. So basically what luck will do is for every level you are above 50, which you start with 50, so every level you gain for luck, it will level up your skills. Well, it's not gonna show up here, but it's gonna increase your skills by 40% of every level luck which you are above 50. So let me give you a practical example. For example, you have your luck at 60, which means you leveled it 10 times, right? Now, if you have it at 60, that would be 60 minus 50, which would be 10 levels of luck above 50. And then it would take 40% of that, so 40% of 10 would be 4. And it would increase all of your major and minor skills by 4 levels. Now, the 4 levels, like I said, they won't show up here. They will increase the stats. But for example, if you have, let's see here, do I have any... Yeah, for example, illusion, right? It would increase it by 4 levels. And it would be 25 technically, but it wouldn't unlock the apprentice for you. It would just, increase your other stats that this skill increases. Like for example, if you have a blade, right? And you get those extra 4 levels, it would increase the damage you do, but it wouldn't increase, make you closer to expert or master or whatever like that. So now let's say you had luck level 70, which is again 20 above 50, and that's 20, and 40% of 20 is what? I believe 8, correct? Yeah, I believe that's 8. So then it would increase all of your skills by 8 levels. Again, it does this silently, kind of behind the scenes. Now, is it really worth leveling luck? Because let's look at it that way. So when you level up, you're able to increase each of your skills by what? 5 levels, I believe, right? Intelligence, willpower, agility, all of those you can increase by 5 points. And luck you can increase only by 1. So let's say you wanted to reach luck level 70. That would mean you have to increase it 20 times or 20 level ups, which is quite a lot. And only from that 20 level increase, you would only get an 8 increase in all of the skills. So honestly, in my opinion, it's not too worth it. Of course, it really depends on you. Now, another thing to consider is, I actually don't have any skills at the level 100. But let's say my restoration or something was level 100, right? So if you would have those skills at level 100, like the luck, then it would practically do nothing to you. And especially as you get close to level 100, right? Because when you're leveling up skills at lower levels, each level up kinda gives you a big boost. But as you get close to level 100, it's just, kind of minimal improvements. So basically, it means that luck could be very useful early game, but the more you progress in the game, it kind of loses its value bit by bit. Now, a few more things to consider. Luck does help you with lockpicking, which means it lowers the chance of you breaking a lockpick. Now, of course, the higher the luck, the lower the chance of breaking it. And the same also applies to repair hammers. So, as you know, as you repair, well, my armor is kind of high, so break chance is low as it is. But as you know, as you repair stuff, you have a chance to break your hammer. Now, the bigger the luck is, the lower that chance. So, for example, if you have your armor, for me it's 57, let's say you had it at like, I don't know, 92, right? And you can never break a lockpick at master. So, if you have level 92 armor plus 20 luck, which would give you 8 points in armor, it would still show up as 92, and you wouldn't have the master unlocked, but your repair hammer would never break. So that's one thing to consider. But that's pretty much how luck works and all that is needed to be known about it. Alright guys, so now for the main question. Again, is luck worth it? Should you level luck? Or should you kinda look past it? Now, of course, I will give the brutally honest answer, which nobody wants to hear. It really depends on you and your playstyle. Okay guys, so if you want my personal opinion, I wouldn't level luck. I think you can, as you know on my character, as you saw, I didn't really level luck. I just put in a few points back when I thought that luck gave better loot chances. But honestly, I progressed the game just fine without it. And it's going great in the game for me, and you know, like, I'm doing everything well. So there really is no need for luck. But again, you know, Oblivion is kind of highly about, you know, your own customization, right? It's kind of about creativity with building your character builds. So if you have a specific way to play in mind, if you want to have your skills up very early, maybe use them with fortify potions or fortify abilities and various enchantments and custom skills, then it might be very worth to check it out. So yeah, like I said, it really depends on you guys, but I think it's always worth to check such stuff out and see if it's working for you or not. But yeah guys, that is about it for this video. I hope it helped you out. If it did, please drop a like, leave a comment for the algorithm, subscribe to my channel for more content, and I will see you in the next one.